All right, so this is from the Quebec Cup round three. This is the elimination race. Um, and for those that aren't, familiar with this race begins even before it starts. Positioning on the rail is incredibly important. I let that lapse and Milton the weekend before, and I really paid the price. So this time I was really wanted to make sure I was front on the rail so I could get a real good starting position, because the neutral laps in an elimination race can often be some of like the fastest laps. Really do yourself well if you can position on the front and save a few of those matches for when it really kicks off. So I did position myself up front, but then, as you get a little bit swarmed, other riders knowing they need to be there as well. And so I did get a little bit pushed further back than I had wanted. But anyways, I felt good where I was at here. And I know I'm gonna really work in this early part of this race. The first several eliminations in an elimination race can be really chaotic, fast. That's where you tend to expend a lot of energy until the field starts to whittle down a little bit. So here's the first elimination.
So again, we had 14 riders in this field. So again, if you survive to the finale, you've got basically a 28, almost 30 lap race going here. So you do have to, find wheels to get you out of the wind, conserve well, know when to expend the matches. So again, I'm just trying to move up. We have an elimination coming. After this, I'm just choosing to slot back into where I was and playing, I'm kind of playing the tactic here, playing the devil a little bit, where I'm sitting on the back and just choosing to accelerate as we get to the, sprint lap tactic. I feel pretty comfortable with in terms of my rider profile. So again, we sprint every other lap. And this is one of them. Got Anthony up there on the right in the orange. He's a Canadian national champion. He's really strong in this race. Again, I'm trying to recover here. Now we've got the bell, so it's gonna start to ramp up again. I'm going to start my acceleration. I know I got some riders down here sort of trapped, so if I can just get enough pace before the finish. This one was a little bit dicey, I'll admit it. But what you don't see here is down on the black line, down on the sprinter's lane, that's a place that you think you're safe, but the riders that are coming over in the top are coming over faster and with more speed. And so you often think you're good, but the Stefan here, he's upset that he's going out. He's a strong rider, so he went out early, and I know he was frustrated with that. But you got to position yourself. And again, look down here on the blue. There's Josh. Get another rider that's going to get trapped down on the black. You're going to hear him after the sprint lap. There he goes. Again, that sprinter's lane lures you down there, but the door closes really quick, and it's a tough place to be. Again, I'm making a surge here. I feel good about it. I know I've got some riders on my wheels, and if I can just hold this position, I'll be continuing on in the race. I was running a 99-inch gear in this race. It felt really good. I felt like I could get on top of the gear, manage the surges when I needed to. Now I got Simone in front of me. He's a really strong rider. It's a really good wheel to be on. I know Simone is in another Simone is in the back. So again, if you can keep those riders behind you, then you're going to be safe. And again, you've got this black line, which nobody's moving. So down on the sprinters lane. So you'll see we just start to come by here, and that's what I mean. That sprinters lane feels like a good spot, but you can get really pinched down there. That was a tight spot that I squeezed through. But now I'm on Eric's wheel. Again, he's a really strong rider. All these guys up in Quebec are. But it's a really good wheel to be on, and as long as I keep some space between me and the, so that's what I'm doing here. I'm moving above the sprinters lane, just so I don't get boxed down there myself. I'm feeling really good in this race at this point. We've really kind of whittled the numbers down here. We might have 6 left or so in the race. Again, there comes Simone making his surge. Got Anthony up there. Up to the right, again with the Canadian stripes on the sleeves. He's smart. Again, he's just sort of holding me in position here. He knows if he's in front, I'm jammed. Just like that wall right there's not a lot of place for me to sort of move through. But could probably serve myself a little bit better if I, really tried to maybe surge over Eric and try to take the sprinters lane. I'm just communicating to these riders, that we've got a rider that's sort of pinched behind us in this elimination. And this is where it goes horribly wrong. I rolled right into the middle. I'm anaerobic here. Rode right into the middle, overlapped wheels, and then ended up on my ass. That is completely on me. Should have read that better, but problem was I couldn't get my handlebars straightened here. You do have an opportunity to get back into the race for the restart, but I couldn't get my bars back into neutral and couldn't make the restart. So my race was over and ended up 5th in this one. Happy the way I rode it until I ended up on my ass, but that's how racing goes. Hope you enjoyed this one.